What's up, everybody? I'm Sly the Movie Guy, and here's my best films of 2018. Woo! There's been a lot of incredible films this year that came out. The trailers, when I saw these films, didn't do it for me, but when I left out the movie theater, I was surprised. I was like, wow, this is the best movie. I didn't expect it. Then some of the films I was anticipated, was looking forward to, they didn't let me down. So it was just, seeing good movies, it just gives me positive energy, and I'm pretty sure it gives y'all positive energy, because when you see these movies, you're like, I could take this, I could buy this on DVD and take it home, watch it over and over again. It's incredible. It's just, watching a good movie it's almost like a perfect gift. It just does something to you. It just does something good to your heart, and I love it, and I can't wait to tell y'all what my best films are. And by the end of this video, let me know in the comment section down below, what is your best films of 2018, like your top 5, top 10, top 15. I would love to know all of them. I would love, like, if 20, anything. Tell me what the film that did it for you this year. Let me know which film that just was like wasn't in your radar and it just surprised you. I would love to know. And I would probably pick like 10, like my top 10, but there were so many to choose from. So I basically had like 15 films that are in there. So it's like top 15 films that I really, really liked this year that came out. And before I get started on it, let me start off with my honorable mentions. These films were really good, but they don't crack in my top 15, but I can watch these over and over again. And they are Sicario, Day of the Soldado, Mowgli, Legends of the Jungle, Isles of Dogs, Game Night, Ready Player One, Overlord, Bohemian Rhapsody, Bad Times at the El Royale, Deadpool 2, Crazy Rich Asians. These are the films that was in my honorable mentions, so they were really good. I really appreciate them. They did a fantastic job, but these are the films that I can see myself watching over and over again. And with all that being said, let's just get started. Alpha. This is where a young boy has to become a man. He gets left from his tribes, and he basically is in this wilderness with a bunch of snow, and then he sees a wolf, and him and his wolf have to create a bond. They have to create a relationship. This is like man's best friend. A dog is a man's best friend. And this one is really, really good. I really love the acting from the kid that played Kidda. It was really deep. It's something in this movie. It has some deep stuff in here. And the way I like what this movie does is they speak in a different language. So they have like subtitles up, and that's type of films I really like. It almost like feels like it's something that happened in the past, and it was just something great about that. It just felt like I wasn't watching something in modern day or something. It was just something like way back in the years, and I really liked it. And the cinematography looks fantastic, and the style of this film looks great. It just felt so real, and I just really adore this film. I think this film that nobody didn't really like know nothing about. I don't think people really talk about it much, but I recommend you watching it. It is really good, and I really like this film. I think I watched it just recently, so it's incredible. Cargo. This is one of the films I find very original. It's apocalyptic, kind of academic, where the virus, it kind of affects people. This film, and it's not like a bunch of zombie. It's like a zombie type film, but it ain't a bunch of like zombies just eating people like this and that, even though they appear. But it's just basically just a father trying to survive through this academic thing, because he got affected from it, and try to take his baby to safety or something, because he know he's affected with it. And that's the storyline I liked, and it works because of the performance of Martin Freeman. He's a fantastic actor from the Hobbit films and from the Black Panther, but here his acting was great. He did a phenomenal job. It was so fantastic, and that's what I like about it. It was just so original. Like, it was in Australia. So it wasn't like in the U.S. It wasn't like a U.S. like in a place like in New York or Chicago. It was just from the land down under of Australia. So I love that part about it. It was just so kind of interesting. That's what I like. It was just so good. Everything about it. And Martin Freeman and this other kid actor, I can't think of the name, they created this bond that was really good. Trying like it's almost like Discovery, like trying to find some help or what's going on. It was just like a mystery, apocalyptic type horror because you don't know what's going on. And this movie just did everything. And it was a Netflix film, so I forgot to say that it came on Netflix. I'm pretty sure it's on Netflix, so I say check this out. Good film. First Man. Now, I'm a Damien Chazelle fan. I like Whiplash. I like La La Land. First Man, it's kind of around that. But I got to figure out which one is my favorite Damien Chazelle movie because he directed a phenomenal movie, a biopic of a real-life astronaut, and Ryan Gosling did a phenomenal performance as Neil Armstrong. The camera work is something to talk about. The camera work it was really fantastic. The emotions that's in this movie, the emotional scenes really worked well. I really felt this movie, it did everything. It was just everything was just great from beginning, middle, and end. There's some issues I have with this film a little bit, but it doesn't affect what I feel about because it was just a phenomenal biopic film. I think this movie should win something in the Oscars. I'm hoping it does because Damien Chazelle probably won like best director because Damien Chazelle did a phenomenal job with this film. So he gets a pat in the back right here because this film was just amazing. Blanc Spotting. I seen this movie in the summer. I think it came out in June or July. I can't remember. But this film, I did get a chance to review it, but this film was incredible. A man that was on probation, and he has a friend, and he has a friend that has kind of like an ill temper problem. And when the guy that's on probation saw a cop shoot somebody, he's a witness of it. He knows what it is, and it bothers his head. Every morning he wakes up and he jogs and stuff. That it just bothers his head. And then his friend that he's very close to, he grew up with, his friend has a problem, but he can't be. He's trying to be his friend, but he also trying to fix his life. And this movie does a lot. Blanc Spotting is clearly one of the best films of 2018. I really like this film. It is so incredible. The acting was so realistic. It just felt like I was watching a real life event. And it's really kind of does feel like our world today. And that's what I like about this film. It is really, the directing was great. The script was fantastic. Everything about this movie was great. And the two leads, they really focus on these two leads really well in this film. And usually films have a hard time doing that, but this film was just so incredible. I say this is worth to check out. I am recommending this film. Please go check this out, please. A Star is Born. Lady Gaga, Bradley Cooper. The best chemistry on screen. I love this movie. This movie, the music, directing, the writing, everything. And Bradley Cooper directed it. This is the guy that voices Rocket and was in the Hangover films. And this one, 2 thumbs up. Bradley Cooper, I would love to see you direct more films, man. He directed this one, and it was just so phenomenal. Lady Gaga, which this was right up her alley. She was like an up-and-coming singer in the storyline of this film, but she really is a singer in real life. But her acting, man, she did a phenomenal job. Lady Gaga, I love all the songs she did like in the past and recent years. She just did a phenomenal job. This movie was just great. It's like I watched. This is almost like a real life thing where Bradley Cooper's character was struggling. He kind of had stuff in his mind and stuff. It was just something about it. His acting was just so good. Sam Elliott did a phenomenal job. Everything from this movie was great. So I do recommend this movie. I'm just playing. This is A Quiet Place. Now, this is usually horror movies. I don't think it should be PG-13. I think that's kind of watering down. But John Krasinski, For a PG-13 horror film, this was suspenseful and it was kind of scary. Usually horror movies I expect to be rated R, but this one, it changed my mind. You could do a horror movie PG-13. It don't matter how gory it is and all that. As long as you add the suspense and fear to it, it will get you hooked. And this movie had me hooked from like the beginning. When in the movie, basically, if you make a noise, the creature comes at you. And this movie just had me on the edge of my seat. I just had goosebumps all over. I was like, oh my God, what's going to happen? And when characters made noise, I was like, ugh. And the performance worked. The girl and the boy, they did a phenomenal job. It's usually hard when like young kid actors do a horror movie. That usually it's kind of hard. That you gotta really, as a director, you really gotta be on them. But they did a phenomenal job. Emily Blunt, man, my favorite actress, she did a phenomenal job in this movie. Her performance was great this year. She did a freaking phenomenal job. John Krasinski did a phenomenal job directing and acting. Everything was so good about A Quiet Place. I watched it one time in theaters. I bought the DVD, but I need to watch this over and over again. This one was really like a surprise for me because I saw the trailers. It was like, okay, is this going to be? When I heard like John Krasinski, a guy that was in The Office, just a comedian actor, but when he did a horror film, I'm like, oh, never mind. This movie surprised me. So this movie I do recommend. Another horror film. Woo. Hey, this movie, this is the horror film of the year. To me, this is like, if we were to rank all the horror films this year, this is number one, Hereditary. This one it blew me away. This one is really scary. I didn't know what to do. This movie, this one really, it had this type of like a psychological thing to it. It just like people just didn't know what happens. Like people are getting the families is getting hunted because like something was going on or something. It was just scary. This was rated R, and this is the one I just say, whoa. This junkie didn't know what was going to happen. It just literally, I was in the theaters watching this, and you know how theaters are dark, so watching this movie, I was like, oh. This one is just like completely original. This like just took me back on like horror films that I watched in the past or recent years that just do it. This is what I just call horror films that can do it. And this just blew me away. The acting, freaking phenomenal. I just have to say it. The acting is really great. It doesn't feel fake. It looks real. So this is worth the watch. This, as far as like, if we talk about the best horror films, this should be in a debate right now. I'm sorry. This has to be. This one just did it for me. I was just beyond surprised about this film. It's just, there ain't much I can say. Please check this out. This is worth the watch. Hey, Black Panther. This is a credible film. Ryan Coogler, Chadwick Boseman, Michael B. Jordan, Lupita Nyong'o. The list goes on. This movie, for me, this is a top 10 film of 2018. I'm a comic book fan. Black Panther this movie just was phenomenal. Ryan Coogler this film, it's, even though it's a comic book movie, I just love the acting. The acting alone, as far as action wise, the acting alone was just great. The scenes, the powerful scenes, the acting just spoiler, when Black Panther goes to the that scene where his mother and his sister and his love interest try to bring him back to life, what Killmonger did, and then when his father saw him tell him why he did it, left that boy, which was Killmonger, in that scene in the apartment and stuff. Black Panther, that scene where he said, "You're wrong. All of you are wrong. You turn your back to the rest of the world." This movie deserves to be in the top 10. I don't care what nobody says. I love this movie. Black Panther just, I've been wanting to see a Black Panther movie for a long time, and this film just did it for me. This is worth the watch. Mission Impossible. What I got to say, this Mission Impossible Fallout is absolutely one of the best action movies this year. Tom Cruise, for his age, I think he's 50 something, 60, whatever. This man, how is this man doing it? Hey, age is just a number. Tom Cruise can't do no wrong. The action here is so breathtaking. Mission Impossible Fallout, there's so much to talk about. I never did a spoiler review. I just did a review. But on a spoiler review, if I did one, I can go like 2 hours. This movie is worth the buy on DVD. If you ain't got this on Blu-ray, 4K, what are you doing? Buy this movie now. Simon Pegg, Vig Rhames, I like the guy. Him as this kind of this hacker tech, just so freaking phenomenal. Henry Cavill did a phenomenal job. The helicopter scene in Mission Impossible. Oh, don't get me started. The helicopter scene is just freaking awesome. Mission Impossible is just, this should be if we take top 20 action movies, this should be in the top 20s, most definitely. This just blew me freaking away. This is just a phenomenal film. Awesome at best. Bring me Thanos! Avengers Infinity War. This does put a smile on my face. This is absolutely one of the comic films I was looking forward to 2018. I saw the trailers when Captain America grabbed Thanos' gauntlet. This movie did not let me down. I watched this movie 3 times in the movie theater. Then on DVD, I watched this multiple times. It gets better and better. This is one of the superhero movies that just immediately blew everything away. It just, the villain Thanos, the Russo brothers, I mentioned them a million times on my other videos about Infinity War. They just did a fantastic job on 40 characters. That's all I can say for Infinity War. That's a worth movie to watch. It just does everything. The action, the emotions, the movie was at stakes. That's what I like about it. Thanos was threatening. You just felt fear every time he shows up on screen. Josh Brolin did a phenomenal job. So this movie, 2 thumbs up. I recommend it. And this movie, Paddington 2. Paddington 2, the first one was good. The second one was just so freaking phenomenal. I love Paddington 2. This was just, it does something. That bear is so cute. He's heartwarming. This is a charming film. Sally Hawkins, everybody. This movie was so freaking phenomenal. It's not like a big action type film, but it's just everything for the family. Families, from young audience to the old, everybody can watch this film. It's just so heartwarming. Everything like Paddington trying to give his Aunt Lucy a gift of London, the pop-up book. This film is just, I don't know what I can say about it. Just check it out. It's warming film. I just really adore this film. Paddington is one of the best films, and this came out in January. There's some bad films in January, but this one was just so well done. And Paul King did a fantastic job. It's it has some action here. That's the funny part. It has some action adventure where Paddington is in this adventure trying to get the book back. And it just really worked well. Paul King, you did a phenomenal job. This is a fantastic film. Creed 2. It's not better than the first one. No, it's not better than the first one. But was it a good sequel? Yes, it was. Yes. Creed 2. Sylvester Stallone, Michael B. Jordan. They did a fantastic job. This movie bring back to where it happened to Apollo Creed when he died from the Russian, and now the son of Creed facing the son of Dragu. So well done. This movie is great. I love the montage scenes to the motivation. Everybody did a phenomenal job, from screenwriter to directing. Stephen Caple Jr. did a phenomenal job. Ryan Coogler didn't come back to it, but hey, Stephen Caple Jr. still made a watchable sequel, and it's brilliant. It's a great film. I do recommend it. Whew. Waited for we waited how many years? This film came out in 2000. The first original came out in 2004. And now it's 2018. We're finally getting it. Pixar, what are you doing with us? We waited too long to get this movie. Incredibles 2. Why did we wait so long to get this movie? Why? I really can't believe, why did we wait so long? Incredibles 2 was a blast. Jack, he was a show stealer. The casting, Samuel L. Jackson, my favorite is Frozone, Craig T. Nelson, Holly Hunter, Elastigirl, incredible, did phenomenal. There's so much moments here, and it's for kids and adults. There's a lot of things that adults can relate in this film, some kids that can relate to in this film. Edna, the character Edna, and oh my goodness, the action is really great here. This is a freaking phenomenal film. It really shows us make our characters relatable into our world and stuff. It almost feel like our world, like if we were superheroes getting accused of all this stuff that we didn't do that was bad, they trying to do good. It just really not like just like some type of thing, like some crazy goofy thing. Even though it got some humor here, it takes itself serious and have fun at the same time. And Incredibles 2 was worth the sequel to watch and worth of waiting. It took so long, but hey, I'm glad we got it. It took 14 years, but hey, great film. Please check this out on DVD. Please, this is. Searching. This is one of the suspense movies. I don't know if anybody's seen this film. If you haven't seen this in theaters, this is a movie that really blew me away. It just blew me away, like, on so many levels. The first, second, third act, it kept me glued. The story, basically, the father chatting with his daughter on the computer and stuff. You know how when you can chat with people, and then when he asked her, because she was far away and stuff, like taking piano lessons, but when he kept typing in, she was nowhere around. His daughter was missing. That was so suspenseful. And when he was communicating with the police and all the other investigators that asked what happened to his daughter, they tried to search and stuff. And he created YouTube videos of what happened to his daughter and stuff. He's searching what her emails and stuff. They helping him out. It was so suspenseful and surprising. This is a film worth the watch. And Anisha Ganti, some young director, like I think he's like 27 years old or 30. He did a freaking phenomenal job. This feels like almost like an Alfred Hitchcock movie, just suspense. This is an absolute one of the best movies of 2018. That's why it's ranked so high. I really recommend this film. Please buy this on DVD. This movie to me will hold up as years to come. This one will hold up. It just has so much internet and YouTube stuff here, Facebook, like MySpace stuff. It holds up in our world, and I really, really appreciate this film. Anisha Ganti, really, really good. You knew it was going to be number one. You knew if you see my reviews, anything on YouTube, any of my videos where I talk about the Spider-Verse or everything, this is number one. This is the number one best movie of 2018. I like this movie. Hey, I don't care what people say. This, to me, is the best movie of 2018. One of the best Spider-Man films just one of the best Spider-Man films. I said so much about this film. Hey, it's not. Hey, you call it nostalgia. Drinking Kool-Aid. Hey, no, this movie was great from start to finish. The things they did in this movie just put everything, if young and old. You can remember if you're one of the older audience, it has the stuff of the older Spider-Man stuff to the update stuff for the new audience with the Miles Morales. It just has everything. But the thing about it, they put all that stuff in it, but it's still about Miles Morales' story. And this movie is just so awesome, and it has great comedic timing here. There's so much stuff to like from this film, and this film. It does a lot. You really actually care for the character Miles Morales. And I probably said the guy's name wrong, Miles Morales. But man, this film just did everything. When I left out the theater, I was like, yep, this is going to be one of my top 5 favorite films of 2018. I knew it. When I left out the movie theater, I was like, oh my God. And I've seen this the second time just to be sure, but I was like, yes, it did it for me. And this to me was a perfect film. I just couldn't find any mistakes out of here. I was like, I'm enjoying this film so far. What is going on? Let me talk about the noir Spider-Man voiced by Nicolas Cage. Hey, Nick Cage from A Good Movie, Bad Movie. Hey, Nicolas Cage, he was just entertaining. Shamika Moore did good as Miles Morales. Mahershala Ali did good as Prowler. Lee Schreiber did good as Kingpin. Everything. The chemistry between Miles Morales and Peter Parker, fantastic. And that's pretty much I'm going to say. It is one of the best movies, and that's why it's ranked number one on my list. It checks the marks of everything of a good film of 2018. And that's pretty much my top 15 films of 2018. I hope you enjoyed that video. I hope you enjoyed this. It's been a blast. I love talking about good movies. This just made me feel good. I said all these movies that were really great this year just did it for me. Let me know in the comment section, like I said in the beginning of the video, let me know what are your favorite films of 2018, top 5, top 10, 15, 20, 25. I would love to know. Just let me know what films did it for you. I just would love to know. Anyways, guys, if you like this video, click thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, click subscribe and the bell button. That's so I can see you next time on Slide the Movie Guy. Peace.